All from the weekend, including Life After Fergie. Well, I travelled.
The fiancée of Stuart Smith, who died 3 days after he was arrested by Essex police, says she was shocked to discover a recording of the arrest on his mobile phone. Later, Mr Smith's funeral procession was stopped amid allegations that police officers used excessive force. You can hear the police coming.
Nicola Lawson picked up her fiancé's mobile phone from police this morning.
That's they've hurt him. Yeah. Let me say a bit harder.
Keep your head still. Stop turning back, fella. My hands are still.
She says she was shocked and upset to find the audio of his controversial arrest correctly timed and dated.
Even though I was sitting in the car, it felt like I was going to pass out in the car. Not just because of hearing Stuart's voice, to hear him being in pain and me feel sick.
Stuart Smith was a father of 5, a recovering heroin addict with a criminal record. He was arrested in Colchester in October, charged with sending an offensive message, but died 3 days later. A post-mortem said it was a drugs overdose. But on the day of his funeral at Colchester Crematorium, police removed his body from the hearse as his fiancée and 5 children waited. It was revealed CCTV had captured his arrest, and officers were being questioned on whether they used excessive force. One has since been put on restricted duties, another has been suspended. Today, Essex Police confirmed they've copied the audio of his arrest. The Independent Police Complaints Commission is investigating. Nicola Lawson also believes Stuart died of a drugs overdose inflicted by someone else. Police say they are investigating whether he was murdered. Debbie Tubby, BBC Look East, Essex.
Rail services were delayed today after a train from King's Lynn to London hit a tractor on the level crossing. It happened late this morning near Cambridge. Almost 200 passengers were kept on the train for 2 hours while debris was cleared from the line. No one was hurt. Another Suffolk MP is standing down at the next general election. The member for West Suffolk, Richard Spring, has been an MP since 1992. Fellow Tory and Deputy Speaker Sir Michael Lord is giving up his central Suffolk seat too.
I think it's time to move on, and I would do so with very mixed feelings, but certainly I think I've been around a long time, and I think that somebody fresh can come in and take the challenges on of the constituency, for example, and I'm very happy for that to happen.
The man heading the scheme to dual the last single carriageway stretch of the A11 says a public inquiry may delay the work. The hearing into the 9-mile route on the border of Suffolk and Norfolk opens tomorrow, and it will hear 25 objections.
Within earshot of the A11, the village hall at Elvedon will host tomorrow's public inquiry. It'll last for 2 weeks and deal with 25 objections to the long-awaited dualling scheme. Some relate to the Barton Mills roundabout, others to access across the road. The inspector will send a report next spring to the Transport Secretary.
Subject to a satisfactory outcome, we will start works as planned and as the Minister stated in 2010. However, if the inspector were to make recommendations of amendments to the orders or changes to the orders, then that could affect and delay the scheme, and it may even require a further public inquiry.
The dual carriageway will follow the route of the present A11, apart from a loop around the Elvedon estate near Thetford. The cost up to £147 million. It's something drivers and businesses have wanted for decades because of the regular delays and hold-ups. The work should start next autumn, but that's dependent on the outcome of the inquiry. Ian Barmer, BBC Look East, Elvedon.
The police say no one will be charged following a 7-month investigation at Basildon Hospital. Bags of fluid used in intravenous drips were found damaged in the children's unit. A woman from Wickford, who was arrested in June, has been released from bail.
A meeting is being held in the Norfolk village of Marlingford tonight to protest against the siting of a huge sand and gravel pit nearby. The County Council says it needs new quarries so it can build new houses.
Marlingford is 7 miles outside Norwich on the River Yare. Next to the village is this 50-acre site with what's thought to be 735,000 tonnes of sand and gravel reserves. But villagers don't want a quarry on their doorstep.
We're going to have some 50,000 lorry movements, which will be 20-tonne lorries. We're going to have noise possibly 7 days a week, but we're going to have a lot of noise which echoes around this valley.
The site is needed to meet the growing demand for road and house building. Government targets are for more than 78,000 new homes in Norfolk by 2021.
What we're doing is trying to choose the least bad sites. That is, the sites that, generally speaking, affect the least people and have reasonable road access and are the best for supplying the gravel and sand, which we must have.
Marlingford is just one of 26 proposed quarry sites across the county. The land is owned by the Loom Estate Trust. In a statement, they said, "There is no prospect of gravel lorries going through villages and down narrow country roads. The intention is that when the gravel has been extracted from the site, it will be returned to principally agricultural use or made part of the nearby wildlife site." A public meeting to discuss the plans is being held in the village tonight. The consultation will run until December the 11th. Louise Holmes, BBC Look East, Marlingford.
Now, it's been an interesting month for Peterborough United. They parted company with Darren Ferguson, who'd taken them to back-to-back promotions, and now they have a new boss who's trying to stop them going back down again.
It's a big job. Mark Cooper made his managerial debut for Posh on Saturday. His new club were playing Sheffield United, and I went along to see how he got on. Name, Mark Cooper. Age, 40. Football League management experience, 0. Nerves, a few. Things have got a bit posher for Cooper. Sheffield United away is a step up from Kidderminster at home. That's who his old club, Kettering, were playing.
They're both playing red and white, so that's probably the only similarity. But no, it's been a whirlwind week. It's been a long week. I just said to the players, look, it has been a long week, but let's get back to what it's about, which is football, and get cracking.
I have had 18 managers I've worked with since I've been at the club, so each one has had a different one, so of course it's all changed. But that's life, that's football. Today's news, tomorrow's fish and chip paper.
No, it's going to be a big test for him. I mean, 2 weeks ago he was playing non-league football near Bramall Lane, so it's a big game for him. Expect a big kick in him.
Slight tinge of sadness that Fergie's not here?
Yeah, because it's like no loyalty in football. What he'd done after 2 years, like 2 back-to-back promotions, and like didn't really give him a chance, I don't think.
For Mark's big day, Mum had treated him to a new suit, and Dad Terry, the former Leeds legend, was in the stands watching on. Well, Cooper's job is to keep Posh in the Championship. He has some talented players at his disposal, like George Boyd, who, like his boss, could be moving up in the world before too long. But the Blades had the cutting edge in the first half. Henri Cameron lifted the roof off Bramall Lane, 1-0 at half-time. Frustration is the same whatever league you manage in, but things improved when Aaron McLean and Craig McHale-Smith combined in the box to win a penalty. Managers can pick the players, dictate the tactics, but they can't take the penalties. I bet he wishes he could after seeing Boyd do what so many England players have done over the years, miss the penalty. That was as close as it got for Posh. They left Bramall Lane empty-handed and still bottom of the Championship.
I enjoyed it, but I've seen things there that fill me with confidence. The effort was second to none. I just said to the players, if they guarantee that effort, we won't have a problem.
Cooper looked the part on the touchline. He even chewed gum like Sir Alex Ferguson. All he's got to do now is start winning games. So not the start that Mark Cooper had hoped for.